Let us rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे गाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please be seated. Honourable Governor Justice Shri P. Sathasivam, Lady Governor Srimati Saraswati Sathasivam, esteemed guests, special invitees and all the delegates. Let me at the outset extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this inaugural session of Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor Commemorative Annual Lecture Series.
To inaugurate the annual lecture series and enlighten us on the topic Youth, the Architects of Future, we are greatly blessed with the presence of our Honourable Governor of Kerala, Justice Shri P. Sathasivam. On behalf of SCMS family, I, Ashwin Kumar,
And Anjali Verma,
welcome each and every one of you to the lecture series. Let us begin this auspicious occasion by seeking Almighty's blessings. Over to Bhavya, Aparna and Krishnapriya for the prayers.
सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्.
please be seated. Today we have a new beginning, a new start to listening and getting inspired by the people who has explored the unexplored, paved the untrodden path to success. To bear witness and share in the joy of the moment, we have with us eminent dignitaries. To accord a warm welcome to all the distinguished guests present here to Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor Commemorative Annual Lecture Series, we invite Dr. Radha Thevannoor, Registrar and Group Director, SCMS Group of Institutions, to do the honours.
Honourable Governor of Kerala, P. Sathasivam, Retired Chief Justice of India, Lady Governor, Srimati Saraswati Sathasivam, Group members, directors on the dais, Professor S. Gopakumar, Dr. Indu Nair, Professor Baiju Radhakrishnan, Vice Chairman Pramod P. Thevannoor, other dignitaries, directors, deans, faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a good morning. It is indeed a great honor for us, the SCMS family, to have the Honourable Governor of Kerala, P. Sathasivam, to inaugurate Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor Commemorative Annual Lecture Series today. Sir, we have no better person than you to inaugurate this function, because Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor was such an eminent personality. He was known for his vision, for his leadership skills, and in excellence. To this function of this annual lecture series, we have great honor to welcome Honourable Governor of Kerala to this August function. We welcome you, sir. we are equally delighted to welcome the Lady Governor, Srimati Sathasivam. Madam, we welcome you to our campus and to this function. I, on behalf of the SCMS group and all those who are assembled here, welcome each and every one of you to this annual series and the lecture, which is scheduled to start soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A fable, disciplinarian, able administrator, man of few words, visionary, Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor was the Vice Chairman of SCMS Group of Educational Institutions and an executive member of Self-Financing Engineering College Management Association. He is always remembered for his commitment to work. Dr. Thevannoor's astute leadership, eye for recognizing innovative ideas and encouraging young minds has brought many laurels to SCMS in the field of R&D. To introduce Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor Commemorative Annual Lecture Series and give more insights on the lecture series, we would like to invite Professor Baiju Radhakrishnan, Group Director, SCMS Group of Institutions.
Honourable Governor, Honourable Lady Governor Srimati Sathasivam, respected Chairman, distinguished guests, friends, colleagues and students. We are today launching an annual lecture series in commemoration of Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor. Commemoration is to connect the past with the present and the future. Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor was the Vice Chairman of the SCMS Group of Educational Institutions. He was a great visionary and a source of inspiration for all of us in the SCMS Group. A man of fertile imagination, untiring energy, Dr. Pradeep had a clear vision to take the SCMS Group to greater heights in quality and excellence. His dedicated participation in various professional associations, Kerala Management Association, and other industry and academic forums were well recognized. He was instrumental in establishing the first and internationally recognized water institute in the private sector in the country, the SCMS Water Institute, and he was the driving force behind the prestigious Indo-German Water Partnership. Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor has left a mark as an outstanding visionary in the field of education in our state. Now I invite you to view a brief video on his journey, where he has given more than himself to the institution, to the family, and to the society in total.
Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor, educationalist, entrepreneur, leader, and a visionary. He spent his childhood in Cochin, and his travel for learning took him places from Cochin to the United States. An alumni of Kerala University and Oklahoma City University, he had joined SCMS Group of Institutions in the early stages of its growth as its vice chairman and guided the destiny of the group, working closely with his mentor, father, Dr. G.B.C. Nayak. He had varied, intense interests in engineering, biotechnology, and management. He looked at the people and environment around him to devise the learning programs and was keen on developing research to fill the intellectual gap in problems in the society he lived. As a result, the group came out as pioneers in many socio-centric research and development, which led to the development of NIDA, biofuel, and establishment of the Water Institute. A person who has always strived for quality and excellence in life. A person who believed in getting what he wanted through hardcore professionalism. A man of dreams who accomplished his dreams, who believed that nothing happens unless first dreamed. He had elaborate personal network with the corporate, socio-political, and diplomatic titans and establishments nationally and internationally. This facilitated SCMS becoming the institution with the largest number of academic and research tie-up with German universities and industry among Indian academy. Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor, educationalist, entrepreneur, leader, a visionary.
Dr. Pradeep left us on November 17, 2014 for heavenly abode. We have, since last 4 years, instituted a national level innovation award, Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor Innovation Awards, to identify and recognize innovative ideas among college and high school students, wherein more than 3,000 entries from all over the country now participate annually. Today, the Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor Annual Lecture Series in the memory of our beloved Dr. Pradeep is being launched. We hope these lectures will stimulate debate and discussion on various socially relevant themes for an effective country building. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To borrow from Plato, beginning is the most important part of the work. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. To start the new lecture series that provides a platform for eminent people to enlighten the young minds, we have amongst us a self-made man hailing from agricultural family, administratively sound, astute judge, our Honourable Governor of Kerala, Justice Shri P. Sathasivam. His keen interest in agriculture, concern for the welfare of farmers, and commitment to social justice and democratic values have made him a people's governor. We request Professor S. Gopakumar, Group Director, SCMS Group, to introduce the Honourable Governor of Kerala, Justice Shri P. Sathasivam.
Honourable Governor, Lady Governor Srimati Saraswati Sathasivam, Vice Chairman, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, heads of institutions, faculty, staff, my dear students and friends, a very good morning to all of you. Let me proceed to the job entrusted to me, introducing our chief guest. Hailing from an agricultural family in Erode district of Tamil Nadu, Shri Justice P. Sathasivam graduated from the Government Law College, Madras in 1973. After having served as advocate, special government pleader, and legal advisor to several public organizations, he was appointed a permanent judge of the Madras High Court on 8th of January 1996. While serving as judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, he was elevated to the post of the Judge of Supreme Court on 21st August 2007. He was sworn in as a 40th Chief Justice of India on 19th July 2013, a position he held till 26th April 2014. Shri Justice Sathasivam's commitment to democracy and national causes is evident in many path-breaking judgments like the Reliance Gas judgment, where he observed that the national assets belonging to the people should be explored through public sector. His directives to the union and state governments to prohibit manual scavenging and to grant Rs 10 lakh as compensation to the families of those who died in sewage since 1993 shows his concern for the downtrodden. Justice Sathasivam is also credited with the judgments that led to the implementation of reservation for the disabled and the introduction of electoral reforms like Nota, paper trial, etc. Along with Justice B.S. Chauhan, he delivered the judgment in Mumbai Blast case, the biggest case heard in the history of the Supreme Court, which sent actor Sanjay Dutt and many others to prison. His decision in Rajiv Gandhi assassination accused case on the unexplained and unreasonable delay in disposal of mercy petitions by the President leading to commutation of death sentence into lifetime was also noted nationwide. He also delivered the verdict in the triple murder case of Staines and upheld the conviction of Dara Singh. Shri Justice P. Sathasivam assumed office as the Governor of Kerala on 5th September 2014. He has pioneered a quality improvement drive in higher education by instituting the Chancellor's Award for the best university in the state. His keen-eyed interest in agriculture, concern for the welfare of the farmers, and commitment to social justice and democratic values have made him as a pupil's governor. Sri Justice Sathasivam is married to Srimati Saraswati and has 2 sons. Sir, we are all honored by your presence here for the inauguration as well as delivering the speech on Youth, the Architects of Future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Light and brightness has been equated with positivity, and motivation is seen as harbinger of good. On this auspicious note, we will now have the inauguration of annual lecture series with lamp lighting ceremony.
We invite our Honourable Governor to inaugurate the lecture series by lighting the lamp of learning. We request all the dignitaries on the dais to join the lighting ceremony. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We now request our Honourable Governor, Justice Shri P. Sathasivam, to deliver the inaugural address on the topic, Youth, the Architects of the Future.
Professor S. Gopakumar, Group Director, SCMS Group. Professor Biju Radhakrishnan, Group Director, SCMS Group. Dr. Radha Thevannoor, Registrar and Group Director, SCMS Group. Dr. Indu Nair, Group Director, SCMS Group. Respected teachers, staff of SCMS Business School, my beloved students, Sahodari, Sahodaran Mare, Ellavarkum ende Namaskaram. I deem it privilege to inaugurate the annual lecture series instituted in memory of Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor, who was instrumental in setting up several institutions of the SCMS group of institutions. Let me at the outset pay my respects to the memory of Dr. Pradeep Thevannoor, who served as Vice Chairman of the SCMS group, inspiring his colleagues through words and deeds that always evinced his strong urge to take the institution to greater heights. His sad and untimely demise in a car accident was a sudden setback to the growth of the institutions he had helped to develop. But his vision, imagination, and untiring energy continued to inspire his team to take forward his dreams of institution building. Stopping for a moment, This is the first occasion. No, in the introductory remark, it was informed I joined as a judge of the Madras High Court on 8/1/96. During my judgeship in Chennai and later Punjab and Haryana at Chandigarh, and finally as a judge of the Supreme Court, and at the end as a Chief Justice of India, one from Tamil Nadu from 1950. No, I didn't have this kind of interaction. Always in all meetings, people's representatives, so many other political leaders, it's a mixed up. It's the first time I'm thinking of my college days. Only students, academic brilliance, and management, confined to the college and the institution level meeting. And another important information is, all the earlier speakers, maybe they are expecting me, or you are expecting me more speech from me. They all confined within 10 to 15 minutes. Though normally everywhere I used to address to the audience 12 to 15 minutes. Now I have 45 minutes, nearly 40 minutes. So it may be an opportunity for me not only to say something about the topic, today's topic or today's lecture. No, I will give more information about my younger days, maybe because I am addressing to students, business school students, may be useful. I will also mention, even this was highlighted in the introductory remarks. I come from a village, very, very rural area. I am proud to say I am a farmer's son, Karsakar's son. That may be the reason when I was in Supreme Court, in consultation with my wife, I decided to return back to my farming work after retirement. When I retired in 2014, April 26, on the same evening, when I returned from the official work, finishing farewell, etc., now I have to meet two important guests. One from managing director or high officials of ONGC, another a senior official from Coal India. Sir, we heard from your speech that you are not going to stay at Delhi. Being a former Chief Justice, almost all the retired Chief Justices, they prefer to stay in national capital. And we have gone through your Reliance judgment, so many other judgments, we able to study your mindset. You are and they mentioned you are the only judge supporting public sector undertakings. That is reflected in your judgments. Please stay at Delhi itself. We know that you are not having own house here. We will take care of all your comforts. And we have to, both of them have mentioned, we have to recover thousands of crores from various corporate houses all over the world. You have to represent our ONGC and Coal India in the arbitration proceedings. You have to appear for us as an arbitrator. That is permissible after retirement. That is what almost all the judges of the Supreme Court and Chief Justice, after retirement, they prefer to either stay at Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore or Hyderabad, where the more corporate related work is available. They persuaded me. Now I said, after laying down as a Chief Justice of India, it's not an ordinary post. In politics, anybody can come. Judiciary is a different. So I thought, as per protocol, I want to maintain my the office of the Chief Justice of India. So I'm sorry, I conveyed to them I'm not interested in staying at Delhi. I want to go back to my village. Though I own a good house at Chennai, even I don't want to stay there because after retirement, I need reasonable income apart from my pension. So I am getting a rental income from my house at Chennai. I want to settle. In fact, I settled within 20 days. As per the rules, the retired Chief Justice can stay for 30 days in the official bungalow, but we returned within 20 days. From there only a request has come from our Prime Minister to accept this governorship, either Karnataka or Kerala. Then I requested him, sir, I need a week's time to convey my views. Then I consulted the former Attorney General, Mr. Parasaran, K. Parasaran. I have a highest regard for him. I learned several things from him. He is from Tamil Nadu. Even now he is practicing in Delhi. Both myself and my wife went to his residence. I conveyed the view of the government, central government, for my future. Then he suggested, he used to call me chief. Once you retired as a Chief Justice of India, even Prime Minister, even now he calls me chief only. He advised me to accept, and he cited two reasons. One, there were precedents from Kerala. The former judge of the Supreme Court, Madam Fatima Bibi, after retirement, she was appointed as a governor of Tamil Nadu. She served nearly 5 years, completed her term in Tamil Nadu. So, one example. Another, your former colleague Ranganath Mishra is from former Chief Justice from Odisha. He accepted as a nominated member of Rajya Sabha. So when a former Chief Justice enters the Parliament with so many security checks and other things, nothing wrong in going as a governor or first citizen of a state. Then after return I conveyed, and that may be the reason I am standing before you. I may have another 8 months. Then after finishing my term of office, I may go back to my farming, continuing my farming work only. So this is my small information about my background. Other things I need not mention. And I am coming to our subject. I am informed that the SCMS group, established in 1976, has under it institutions which impart training in management, engineering, biotechnology, architecture, information technology, journalism, public relations and consultancy, etc. True to the dreams of Dr. Pradeep Thevannoor, these institutions have been on the path of growth in the recent years. When I used to attend minimum 2 or 3 functions in Ernakulam, particularly in Cochin, every month. Whenever I go from my guest house to the airport, I used to see the prestigious board of SCMS while traveling on the road. Now is the first time I entered, and while entering, coming into the campus, I able to see beautiful buildings and office, other areas for this institution. The credit goes to the management. And a person like me who studied in a village school in Tamil medium, by going to that school in a cycle, even I completed my law course only in government college, Government Madras Law College. I got the opportunity to serve as a Chief Justice of India. Why I am mentioning, this is a request to all the students sitting here and elsewhere. You are having good opportunity. Utilize this and by working hard, definitely you will achieve. When I was appointed as a Chief Justice of India, the Honourable President of India fixed a date and time for my swearing. This is the Chief Justice of India alone will be sworn by the Honourable President of India in the prestigious Ashoka Hall in Rashtrapati Bhavan. So when my vehicle was going along with my wife, when I was going to Rashtrapati Bhavan, just I was thinking my village, my people. All the persons around me in my village are my farm servants, buffaloes, cows, and sugar cane field, paddy, turmeric, banana, etc. So by that time I reached the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Then my security people reminded, sir, you have to go inside. This is the way you have to. Now why I am mentioning, in the same way after ceremony is over, being a working day, I have to start my work as Chief Justice in the Supreme Court. While going back from the Rashtrapati Bhavan to Supreme Court, it takes 7 minutes. Now I was thinking of my school teachers, college teachers, my professors with whom I learned. You must always owe more to them. Only for that I am thinking. Wherever or whatever position you occupy, you should not forget your school or college management and particularly the faculty members. There also when I was thinking, then my car stopped at the very security covered area of Supreme Court. My people reminded, sir, you have reached the place, you have to get down from the car. My mind was only thinking of my old days. So you may get several opportunities, more than what I got. So at that time, you have to think of your institutions, your teachers. Only for that I am mentioning my own life. As we recall the services of a missionary who left this world quite young, it is befitting that the topic chosen for the inaugural lecture pertains to the role of the youth in building the future. The topic is very relevant since today we live in one of the youngest nations in the world. India, which is one of the earliest civilizations, is also one of the youngest nations with more than 54% of the population below 25 years of age. It's a very good information. And more than 64% of the people are in the working age group, that is between 15 and 59 years of age. Some of us may wonder why this is important. Through this large population of youth, what India is going to achieve is a demographic dividend where most of the lucrative jobs in the emerging sectors could be cornered by youth from India. My question is, are we ready for it? That is my question I am posing. We may not be fully ready, even though we are preparing for it. I am certain that our preparations could get better steam if we sat back to see whether we have realized the true potential of our youth. Our former president, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, once described the spirit of youth as I quote, as a flexibility of mind, spirit of adventure, and the eagerness to improve on the past, unquote. Next, Swami Vivekananda believed that with a few young men and women who were pure and selfless, could shake the world. See the power of these young minds. Swami Vivekananda believed that with a few young men and women who were pure and selfless could shake the world. The great statesman who framed our constitution and gave us the duty of creating casteless, classless society would have certainly expected the involvement of our youth in such a noble effort. Undoubtedly, such a social transformation can become a reality only if national resources, development, and opportunities for growth reach every citizen, especially the youth, regardless of gender, religion, or caste. The youth comprise the most vibrant section of our society. But often it is our habit to associate with our youth negative qualities like immaturity, lack of responsibility, some level of delinquency, etc. At the same time, in our speeches, we call the youth the leaders of tomorrow and architects of our future, who would carve a culture of prosperity and development. While we expect from the youth the responsibility of being at the forefront of our nation building activities, we have to ask ourselves whether we have done enough to help them realize their potentials. You have to come across several hardships. Again I am reminding my own story only. When I was studying in the school, government school, when I returned in the evening, this happened even when I was studying law course. When I returned to my village, my father won't allow me to read books. In the evening time, he will ask me to take the cow for grazing. Now I said, I have to do lot of homework. No, not possible. You have to do this. Another hurdle I faced, I wanted to join medicine. Of course, at that time, I don't know, the mark I secured in the final exam in the school level may be lesser than the minimum prescribed. But I heard a medical college in Davanagiri, Karnataka state, offered a medical seat on the management side quota by asking me to pay 25,000. In those days, I'm talking about 1970s, even before that. Then I made a humble request to my father, can you spare 25,000 so that I will join medical course? He said, nothing doing. I need more farm servants. Instead of spending 25,000, don't continue your studies, work here. We may get more income from the lands. Then I said, I will join a degree course. Don't worry, I won't go for medicine. So this was my background. Now why I am mentioning, I don't know about your background, your parents' position, etc. But you have to come across all these hurdles. Then only you will reach the highest position. You may recall that in 2015, there was a major survey among engineering graduates, which revealed very disturbing information that 80% of the techno graduates included in the survey were not employable. Ever since such revelations shook us out of our slumber, our Honourable Prime Minister Prime Minister's ambitious Skill India mission, which had set a target of imparting skills to over 40 crore young people by the year 2022, started becoming a top priority in our educational institutions. Whenever I get an opportunity, for example, 2 years ago, a royal king from UAE, he visited our state, and I invited him for a lunch in the Raj Bhavan along with his entire team, and I invited our chief minister also, all the cabinet colleagues. After the lunch is over, I made a humble request. Sir, you are heading that United Arab Emirates, Gulf countries. So, and most of the Keralites, at least one from each family, are in Gulf countries. You must provide more employment. Their employment must be decent. And I am getting petitions and emails from various persons, their problems and sufferings. And he assured that definitely he will take care of the person, particularly young persons from Kerala. And I am glad that Kerala is focusing closely on upgrading the functional and technical skills of our young students and workforce, both in quality and quantity. However, to make our youth properly skilled, we need to urgently fine-tune our syllabi to accommodate employability skills. We have not achieved great success in this matter so far, but many of our colleagues are offering add-on courses to enhance the skills of our students. Anyway, I am glad that Kerala had managed to enter the top 25 percentile of the most employable states in as early as 2016 itself. Like many other democracies, our nation is also facing many issues, including insurgency and unrest in some areas. It is quite sad to see the spirit of adventure and energy of young people being exploited by those who incite violence and unrest in society. As a nation, we have a responsibility to save our youth from being misdirected by people and organizations with vested interest. Since understanding is key to the creation of awareness and spirit of nation building, we have to ensure the most socially meaningful interactions for the youth. Personally, I believe that better education and involvement in social activities can trigger positive thinking and hope among our youth. Today's education has to look beyond the standard syllabus and textbooks and concentrate on technical or hard skills, soft skills, or life skills and professional approach to work coupled with the ability to handle stress. I am reminded of old proverb I quote. I used to mention this wherever I attend. I will get a chance to interact with the students. I quote, "Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, teach a man to fish, and you empower him to feed himself and others for a lifetime. See the importance of this quotation. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. That's all. But teach a man to fish and you empower him to feed himself and others for a lifetime. Thus, skill-based education can change the philosophy of life of an individual and nurture in him or her a sense of belonging. I would urge all institutions under the SCMS group to include education on the fundamental duties of citizens as envisaged in the directive principles of our Constitution. Those duties are also pointed to a social issues that require a positive involvement of our youth. You know my background, I come from judiciary. So the day one when I joined here and started attending school and college functions, mostly, not religious or religious related functions. I maintained, that's why both the former and present Chief Minister informed me, sir, you are the only governor keeping away from all religious functions. Anyhow, persons holding high office must represent all communities, all religions, all castes. Because of my background, I used to convey to the institutions. In fact, I conveyed this to the High Court Legal Service Authority at Cochin when I had an interaction with the Honourable Judges and Chief Justice. They are having a Legal Services Authority. I know as a former Chief Justice of India, they are having sufficient funds. No, I said, sir, you print a small booklet, not more than 3 pages or 5 pages. First, the preamble of our Constitution. The Constitution, if you are aware of our preamble, only half a page, maybe 7 or 8 sentences, you won't claim, if you go through the preamble, you won't claim that you never assert that you are a Malayali or Tamilian or Punjabi. We are all Indians. That is the message, it comes from our preamble. Then another thing I requested, print fundamental duties, 10 fundamental duties provided in chapter 4 of our Constitution. Part 3, chapter 3 speaks about fundamental rights. Based on that only, because of the fundamental right and rights only, we assembled here peacefully. I am able to address legally without any hurdle. These things we get from our fundamental right. Of course, many people are using it to stage dharna or agitation in front of Secretariat as well as in front of Raj Bhavan also. My request is they must all citizens must aware of fundamental duties. It's only 10. It may come in 2 pages or 3 pages. No, I requested very well all the people to print this both in Malayalam and English. This preamble and first fundamental duty, it must go to even a school children. They must respect national flag and national anthem. We must explain to the children why we require to stand up when national anthem, when national flag is there, why we salute. Likewise, we have to protect women and children, environment, etc. Last month when I visited, when I was supposed to address Rotarians of Kasargod, particularly Kanjangad, I imposed a condition. No, I won't come for a district-wise Rotarian meeting. If it is a state level, no problem, but somehow they insisted. Normally, after coming here, I changed all the Lions Club and Rotary Club. I conveyed, you spend money for your meeting in a 5-star hotel with the family or sumptuous dinner, but earmark some portion to help our disabled, specially abled persons, orphans. 7 lakh 9.6, nearly 8 lakh disabled children are there in Kerala. Though we claim 100% literate, but see the problems. So many orphan houses. So I am compelling them to spare your expense towards those things. They are now doing it. So when I visited Kanjangar, I requested, before 1 month ago I requested, so print this preamble and fundamental duties both in Malayalam and English, distribute to all school children, whether government or private, free of cost. You leave this small booklet on their table when they enter the school. They did it. Now I am asking every district also. If everyone read these fundamental duties, particularly children, school and college students, they have to learn more, but school children must aware of it. Nobody won't damage our public property. You might have seen daily in the TV channels how they are at the time of Hartal or Bandh or every time they damage public property. Fortunately, now government has brought an ordinance. On the same day I signed the ordinance. Now it is in force. So this everyone must aware of this, at least some portion from the Constitution. And finally, I am certain that with such knowledge of their duties, that is fundamental duties as citizens, our youth can usher in many positive changes in our society. Already during recent floods, we had seen how our youth had involved in the relief operations by using the social network possibilities. This gesture from our youth, which showed their commitment and problem-solving skills, was adequate proof that our future could be safe in the hands of our younger generation. And finally, I also request, you are all studying in a business school. When you come out from the institution, when you start independently, start some entrepreneurship, business, whatever you like, you must follow all the statute and rules. Because whenever I visit, whenever I go on the road, whenever I see 10-story, 15-story buildings, because of my background, I come from judiciary, I used to think of whether they have followed this ZRZ zone. They have to leave some distance from the Z. They should not violate, because people are spending their hard-earned money for investment, purchase a flat or house. After getting, if there is a violation, now yesterday I read the Madras High Court has directed one one corporation to demolish one 5-story building because it is a violation of the rules. They have encroached 7 feet of other man's property. So entire 5-story building was evacuated in 1 day. So we have to follow the rules. You must know whatever business, even of our ordinary business, you have to follow several rules and statutes, both center and state. Number 2, you have to safeguard the interest of women and children. Several special enactments have come from the parliament and state legislature. It is the duty of everyone to protect our women and children. And another is protect our environment. Even state like Kerala, when I was in other states, normally that is the view of others about Kerala. Kerala is a God's own country, so natural, everything is there. But when the flood has not spared Kerala, in spite of so many trees, green trees, all protection, etc., I know how the damage is caused. So we have to protect our environment. Without causing disturbance to environment, we can develop our business. Then finally, provide more employment to our youngsters. Wherever you get an opportunity, then I am sure that the institution building and bio-research activities of Dr. Pradeep P. Thevannoor were also guided by such ideals. I sincerely hope that the students of SCMS group institutions would follow those ideals in their lives. Let us remember that each of our actions is our contribution to the strength of our nation. I compliment the organizers for conducting this function in a befitting manner and wish the students, parents, staff and teachers all the best. എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ ആശംസകൾ. നന്ദി. ജയ് ഹിന്ദ്.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring young minds, like sharing your experience. Sir, we'll always keep in our mind how from a humble beginning you have reached the highest level of eminence. With sheer hard work, positive attitude to over all the hurdles of life.
We now have come to the end of the solemn function. We invite Dr. Indu Nair, Group Director, SCMS Group of Institution, to propose vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to respected Honourable Governor of Kerala, Shri Justice Retired P. Sathasivam, Lady Governor, Srimati Saraswati Sathasivam, Dr. Arul R.B. Krishna, IPS, Professor Pramod P. Thevannoor, Vice Chairman, SCMS Group, Mr. Gogumumar, Dr. Radha Thevannoor, Mr. Baiju Radhakrishnan, Group Directors of SCMS, respected heads of institutions of SCMS Group, distinguished invitees and guests, members of the electronic and print media, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion of the first Dr. Pradeep Thevannoor Commemorative Annual Lecture of SCMS Group a resounding success. I, on behalf of SCMS Group and the entire fraternity of the institution, would like to profusely thank Honourable Governor for accepting our invitation and making it convenient to grace this occasion by delivering his truly pace-setting and very keenly perceptive address. Sir, we are sure that your profound thoughts and perspectives will inspire the youth and has given Dr. Pradeep Thevannoor Commemorative Annual Lecture an apt beginning. As a token of our appreciation and gratitude, we wish to offer a memento to you, sir. I would like to call Professor Pramod P. Thevannoor, Vice Chairman, SCMS Group, to present the memento to sir. We wish to mention a sentence about the memento presented here. It has been crafted by a differently abled person from Urja, a social enterprise of Cochin, which offers joint mentorship program partnering with corporates to develop skills in the differently abled person and enables them to become independent. Thank you very much, sir. I must mention my deepest sense of appreciation for aide camp to Governor Dr. Arul R.B. Krishnan, IPS, for all the help extended to SCMS team from the beginning and making the event possible. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to all the heads of institutions and their team of faculty members and students who are gathered here. We thank all the invited guests and members of the media for being with us this morning. We wish to thank one and all directly or indirectly involved in the program and making it a success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. let's end the day's proceedings with the singing of National Anthem. Please rise for the National Anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all once again and wish you all a very good day. We request the audience to please remain standing till the Honourable Governor and the delegates move out of the hall.